Hey there, in today's Synfig tutorial we're going to go over Synfig rendering. Some people have written in and said they had some problems with rendering in Synfig Studio, so the easiest way to discover the problems that Synfig is having is that it will output those problems to the command line, but to be able to see those you have to run Synfig from the command line. Now I'm on Ubuntu Linux system. On the command line here, I've opened up the terminal. You can get to it by clicking on the menu, going to Accessories, and clicking on Terminal here. In Microsoft Windows, I think you'll want to click on the Start menu button, go to Run, and type in CMD for command. And I believe that will start up a terminal, a command line window in Microsoft Windows. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sure somebody will post it in the comments. And in DOS, you may need to navigate through the file system a little bit to get to the location where Synfig is actually at. So once you get there, we're going to start it up by typing in the name of the program, Synfig Studio, and just press Enter. And it should load as normally, but at the same time outputting all information to the command line window. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an animation that I have. This here is the dump truck animation that I created in my last tutorial. We'll go through this real quick. Just play it. Okay, we want to render this animation out to a video file. So to do this, let's go to the menu, File, Render. Okay, now a lot of options come up. Obviously here is where the file name will be. The quality and the anti-aliasing. The quality will set the general quality of your video. I believe that higher means a higher number means higher quality. And anti-aliasing basically makes edges of lines look less jagged. So if you have a lot of jaggedness in your video, this will help that out. Down here on the Image tab, we have the width and the height that the video will be rendered to in our animation. These settings here, image span, X resolution, Y resolution, physical width, and physical height, I would suggest leaving these to defaults. If you want to know more about these, you'll want to check that out on the synfig.org website. Same with image area properties. Let's go to the Time tab. Here you can set how many frames per second your video renders and the start and end time that it renders. On the Other tab, all of these you should be able to generally leave as default. Now back up here on the file name, it currently defaults to PNG image. What this will do is output a series of PNG images, basically a new picture for every frame of the video. This is probably not what most people will want. Most people will probably want a standard video file. Now I've tried MPEG and I've tried MPG files. They did not seem to render properly for me, even when I switched the target to FFmpeg. Now you'll probably have different targets on your system depending on what operating system you're using. And MPG or MPEG may work fine on your system. On my system, AVI seems to work best for me and output a video without problems. Now that I've set that, I'm going to click Render, and you can see here that it says it's rendering and to the file location. On the command line window, you can see the action that it's taking. It's currently using FFmpeg on my system. On the main window, it says File rendered successfully, and I go to the folder, and I can click on the video to see it. And there's my animation of the dump truck. Going back to try and check out my other render options, I would say try to play with different video extensions if you're not getting what you want. The most common are AVI, MPG, and MPEG. Also, what may work is OGV or MP4 or DV. So try out different extensions, and if you know what you're doing a little bit better, try out different targets. If you need help, you can always take the error messages that you get over to the synfig.org forums, and they will try and help you out with those. And that's pretty much the basics of rendering on Synfig Studio, and I'll see you next time.